Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's jump right in. You've probably watched Fight Club at least once, maybe even a few times. There's that one powerful scene where Tyler Durden looks straight ahead and says, "You are not your job. You are not how much money you have in the bank. You are not the car you drive. You're not the contents of your wallet. You're not your khakis." And something inside you just clicks. You feel seen in a way that's hard to explain. Here's the part most people don't admit out loud. You don't only like Tyler Durden. Deep down, a big piece of you actually relates to him a lot. That restless energy, that quiet frustration with how things are supposed to be, it feels personal. Today, we're going to unpack exactly why that feeling exists for so many of us, and what it really says about the life we're living right now in this hyper-connected, always-on world. For anyone who needs a quick refresher, Tyler Durden is the confident, fearless, no-limits version of the main character. Basically, his hidden alter ego created from complete frustration with a boring, materialistic, and soul-crushing modern life. He's charismatic, unpredictable, and completely unbound by the rules everyone else follows. Important note before we go any further, the movie itself shows Tyler as dangerous and deeply unstable. He's a product of severe mental health struggles, specifically something like dissociative identity disorder. This video is not telling you to become him or idolize destruction. We're just exploring honestly why so many people quietly feel that same restlessness he represents. Sound good? Let's go. First thing that hits home for almost everyone. You own a lot of stuff, but you still feel strangely empty inside. You've got the nice apartment, the streaming subscriptions, the upgraded phone, the wardrobe you're supposed to have, yet at the end of the day, or especially at 2 a.m., you stare at the ceiling and wonder, is this really it? Is this all there is? Tyler's line lands so hard here. The things you own end up owning you. And there's solid psychology behind why this feels true, something called hedonic adaptation. Studies show we get used to new possessions or improvements extremely quickly, often within just a few weeks, and then the excitement fades. We're right back to baseline, chasing the next thing. But the deeper emptiness never really goes away. It's like the treadmill of consumerism keeps speeding up, but we're not actually getting anywhere fulfilling. Second, your job feels like it has very little real meaning or lasting impact. You spend 40, 50, sometimes 60 hours a week doing tasks that, let's be honest, probably won't matter in 5 years or even 5 months. Tyler captures it perfectly when he says we were raised to believe we'd grow up to be millionaires, movie gods, rock stars, but most of us end up in ordinary jobs, paying bills, waiting for the weekend. That quiet disappointment builds up because it's true for almost everyone in today's economy. It leaves you wondering where your bigger purpose went. Third, you feel like you're always performing a role. You're polite, professional, careful not to rock the boat, always measuring your words so you don't offend or stand out too much. But there's this constant low-level feeling that you're not being your full, authentic self. Like a big part of who you are, your real opinions, your raw energy, has to stay switched off just to keep things smooth at work, with friends, online. It's exhausting to keep that mask on all the time. And fourth, life feels oddly safe, but also oddly small and predictable. There are almost no big challenges anymore, no real tests of strength, no moments that force you to dig deep and feel truly alive. Everything is scheduled, cushioned, sanitized by apps, routines, and safety nets. That comfort starts to feel like a subtle cage. You're protected from failure, but also from anything that might make your heart race in a good way. That brings us to the deeper layer, the thing a lot of guys especially feel but rarely talk about openly. Modern life has quietly removed many of the traditional ways people used to find purpose or prove themselves. There are almost no clear rites of passage anymore. No defined moments where you go from feeling like a kid to feeling like a capable adult. No big physical or mental trials that society expects you to face and conquer. Psychologist Carl Jung talked about the shadow, the hidden parts of yourself that society tells you to suppress or ignore because they don't fit the polite, acceptable version of who you should be. Tyler Durden is basically that shadow turned all the way up, raw, assertive, fearless, unapologetic. He embodies the energy and instincts we're often told to keep under control. So when he says, we're a generation of men raised by women, even though it's exaggerated and provocative, it touches on something real for a lot of people. This nagging sense of, where is my purpose? Where is my real fight? Where is something that actually matters and makes me feel powerful? It's not about blaming anyone. It's about that void many feel when life lacks those defining challenges. That's exactly why the idea of Tyler is so magnetic. Let's be honest, who wouldn't want to feel that kind of total, effortless confidence? To walk into any room like you truly belong there. To live without second-guessing every decision because of what others might think. To pursue what you actually want instead of what you're told you should want. Tyler has zero unnecessary attachments, zero fear of judgment, zero need for constant approval. That radical sense of freedom is incredibly attractive when your days feel like an endless list of responsibilities, notifications, and obligations. But here's the crucial balance, and this is what the movie is really driving home. Tyler starts off looking like pure liberation, but he ends up creating something far worse than what he was rebelling against. He builds an organization where people surrender their individuality to follow his vision blindly. He preaches tearing down the system while turning himself into the new authority everyone obeys. The film is a clear warning. When unchecked rebellion, anger, and charisma take over without any grounding in responsibility or empathy, it doesn't set you free. It just builds a different kind of trap, one that can hurt you and everyone around you even more. So what are we actually supposed to do with all of this? We don't need to start secret clubs or tear everything down, but we can take the healthier, constructive pieces of what Tyler represents and apply them in real, sustainable ways. Start saying no to things that don't truly matter to you. Stop buying stuff just because ads or social media convinced you it would fix something inside. Move your body regularly. Lift weights, run, train in a way that makes you feel strong and capable. Create something original. Write, build, make music. Start a project that comes from you instead of from trends or expectations. Have deeper, more honest conversations with people you care about. Look for small, everyday ways to feel more alive and present. Basically, don't destroy your life. Just stop pretending that what society handed you as success is automatically enough for your soul. So let me ask you this, and feel free to share in the comments. Which part of Tyler Durden do you relate to the most right now? The frustration with endless consumerism? The craving for real purpose and challenge? The wish you could let go of caring so much about what everyone thinks? No judgment here. We're all navigating the same weird world. If this video resonated with you, give it a like, drop your thoughts below, and subscribe if you want more real, no-fluff conversations like this one. You are not your job. You are not your bank account. And you're absolutely allowed to want more than what's being served up as the standard life. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.